got fire though under the car, and that's the end of his race, and a spectacular end. Let's hope the lad can get out fast. Fourth is Rob Allen in 283, plenty of dirt coming up there, and yes, there's the pile-up. Stu Young, I think they're Glyn Daft, Mo Smith, and one man escaping, Dave Tapping. Well, Broach has made it now, spinning out 354, and up goes number 18, Trevor Jones, right over the top. Oh, Stanford snaking all over the place, and he's taken Jim Wallace. Oh, eventually ending up on the centre green. Oh, there's Ventrella being spun out beautifully, and over. Oh, Rob Pearce getting well involved there with Nigel Wharton, the two locking together going to the turn. Sparks fly, Brian Sufflin doesn't know where to go there to get out of the way, 155. Well, they're trying to free themselves, because if they can, they'll protect their positions. But Robbie Craig's car just trying to mount Nigel Wharton's. Well, it saves on rubber, doesn't it? Eventually, the pair of them end up where I think it was inevitable they would. George Beckham's climbed up and he's gone. Race is underway and it's 118 spun out straight away on the home straight, and we've lost an axle already. Oh, there's trouble on the turn. Look at those sparks. Oh, and there's spin over. 18's gone. And 492, Kev Burns has found a way to park the car that saves a bit on rubber. The battle with Scullum. Oh, there, White Top Scullum, and we got the first rollover. Bignell taking a broadside swipe. There's the yellow car, yellow top going over two rollovers on the turn. Oh, and Frankie Wayman's found a novel place to park.
It just appeared up there. I don't know how it happened.
King Lee's getting battered by Les Burrows, and over go. Oh, both of them over on the turn. Well, John Lund taking a trip onto the centre green. Roger Brown 360 also in trouble, collecting Nigel Watson, who gets Graham Blundell in the back. Looks like it could be Brian Gray who's made the break. Oh, problems there. 29, 25, 64 all getting involved. Now Simpson tries to put the bumper in and just gets himself. Well, he tried to put the bumper in on Broach there. Moody's spun as well, and Russell Taylor's got him. He's made the national points jammer, getting spun out, and he's taken speed with him. Well, a plume of smoke as he goes in and hits the safety points on the centre green. Well, those boards proving their worth there. It's come off Gary Sansom's car. You can see the back of the car showing the lack of a wheel, and it's just... Oh, Gary Hooper's been taken out. He's hit the Colin Gould car, and the wheel flies up and it's knocked one of the light poles over. Third is John Wright in 128. Then we have number 56, but Maltus's car is on fire. He's going to have to get out of that one fast. The Reds are coming out, in fact. He's on fire himself. Indeed, his boot was on fire there. Oh, they're 557 going up in the air, and 98 spinning out with him, catching Steve Franklin as well. The 98 car there, Darren Rowe from Fleckney in Leicestershire. Bill Trout just going past there. Oh, and over goes Broach. And they're going for the spins, the rollovers, and Mayhem starts, and the complete rollover there for 301. Straight over he goes, and the tailgate up in the air. 301 Mutt Bolwell, and he can still run somewhere on the track. The waving yellows are out. The problem's here. The wheel flies down the track. Oh, that doesn't go in the crowd. Way down the straight into the bottom turn. Oh, no. Yeah, there's a wheel off there somewhere. Cars in confusion, they're going around the turn, the wheel rebounds onto the infield, and it's 558. Pete Weeks has got problems, he's still got four wheels though. And indeed Darren Breesman has lost a wheel off his car, number 83, the points leader here. There's the wheel going right under number 7 and the rollover, beautifully cued. Steve Dalton goes over. Oh, and he clouds the fence over, he goes almost there, just clouding the starter's rostrum. And that's caused problems for Palmer, doors being taken out behind them. Also,
Simon Shortley went there as well.
It's the two blue tops out in front though, France and Dowson. And Tapping there getting caught by Wayman and Ainsworth. And 354 going through in the front of Wayman as 412 Tapping spins out. Trying to pick up the number there, White top trying through on the inside, 169, Andy Lomax having all kinds of problems. And getting shoved out of the way up onto the barrel. It's bending beautifully on top of that. The rear wheels spinning helplessly.
217 still second, third there, Kevin Seitch still there, so it's Capri's van. Look at that! What a shunt, a tremendous crash and roll over there. Let's hope the driver is okay. His arm is in fact hanging out of the window. And sprinting to safety, that driver very wisely too, as Keith Jackson spins out and into the mud.
Oh, and he's rolled one over just in front of him. Look at that. And 43 in third place is Derek Clark. Oh, and the leader's in trouble. He's getting airborne there. There's the back markers going through in a tangle on the back straight, and one up and over.
In fact, towards the end of the race, and over goes Zoe Thomas. And look at that. Well now, my goodness gracious me. Number 16, Bill Smith, 101. Oops, and it's problems for Mike Thomas. Pete Winston held up and in contact with that car. Winston tries to get away and he's being pushed out of the way. Well now, that is going to be some problems over that. Steve Dance in number 1, getting a little bit out of order there. I don't know whether he considered that Pete Winston was responsible for that hazard. 42, Coupland in the wall. So the car's coming, and there is trouble. There's trouble now, and fortunately those two drivers thinking better of it and walking away. I think that was Steve Dance involved in that lot. One of the other drivers holding on to him. It's not worth getting into that sort of trouble, he's telling him, when it's such a bad day, and there's still trouble here. And all sorts of aggravation taking place. That looked like Pete Winston being set about by Winston not even managing to get his helmet off there, and the race being brought to a halt while order is restored. Now that's most unusual in the Super Rod class, and there's more joining in. Not the sort of scene we like to see at race meetings, and obviously filled by something or other. And the officials at the moment actually making very little effort to try and stop this trouble, and though when there's a few big fellas laying around them, that's understandable. It is really, I think, time somebody stepped in a big way here and disposed of whoever's causing that trouble, because it's not the sort of scene we like to see in oval racing, and it's probably the worst incident of this kind that I've seen in perhaps 20 years of watching racing. So a pretty disgusting little piece of action during this Super Rod race. And the cars, oh my goodness, there's one upside down. Stranded in the middle of the puddle there. That looks like treble 1 Andy Arthurton. Oh no, it's number 11 Julian Myers. Whoever, he's got wet feet. Andy Nash from Cambridge leaps for the wires. He just about makes it. That's his race over with. And just look at that. Now that was a good thing that Andy Nash got out of that just in the nick of time. 147 getting carried along. Graham Richardson. There's more cars piling in. Well, I should think Nash is thanking his lucky stars as Mick Burrows and Dave Shaby both pile into that car. Goodness gracious me. Just entering.
Graham Brundle moving through nicely there in 156, putting the pressure on 454 Phil Haig. And there's a shunt on the home straight, the 337 car. Novice drive there, clobbers the fence. Oh, there's Wayman in a spotter bother, bouncing a barrel and bouncing over Richard Ainsworth and tangling out, I think, with Coos Peters. Someone's thrown an axle away on the home straight. Now down on that turn, it could well be that Russ Humphrey is in the places, or he was, and he's up and over, and Humphrey has gone.
.57, that's Jeff Priestley, another Woking man, the Priestley Bros, lurking at the back of the field as we get ready for 15 laps of absolute mayhem. Trevor Newland on the front of the grid. Number 14, Dave Gintini. Dave's toolbox, it says. 225, Graham Lashley with a nice big Jaguar. Rod Lunnis's Jag, and not a lot of a Caravan really. I don't think that's going to last very long. The Caravan must stay on the car during the course of the race, or at least the chassis, and I think in most cases that's what they'll end up with, just the chassis being towed around. Roger Wilco, the Aldershot wily banger man, is somewhere down this lineup with his familiar black car. There is 20, Wilco. 201, John Dodge. .33, Simon Reed with his big Daimler. Away they go. This is it. You're looking back up the A30 on that Friday afternoon. The rest of the traffic has caught you, and my goodness, somebody's Caravan already disintegrates, and so does the rest of that object, dragging the remains along. Sean Gallagher. Well, it's a good job that oh dear, and Grandma was still inside. I trust that they haven't, of course, these banger boys are a bit forgetful, that they haven't forgotten that the wife might be in the back still making the tea. Somebody has already cooked his clutch, engine, brakes, transmission, the lot. 225, Graham Lashley's Caravan comes to grief. 359, dragging the mortal remains, is run over with Andy Fromm. My goodness gracious me, Roger Wilco's in the middle of all that lot, along with 629, Graham Rout, 471, Darren Howard. Well, you can see just what a mess this little lot makes as Rod Lunnis, who appears to have lost his Caravan altogether, tries to get out of that little mess. I don't think he's going to make it without a lot of power. The old Jag certainly got it. There's Lashley's Caravan lurking in the middle of the turn, just like a workman's hut. You'll get somebody from Suffolk District Council going to camping in there in a minute. 33, the Daimler, Simon Reed, dragging the little truck. He can use that for camping now. All he's got to do is put some sides on it. Anyway, Simon going very nicely in 30. Look at the lovely slide on that Caravan as he goes in one side and out the other. Oh my goodness, there's a mess on the speedway track. Jeff Priestley's Caravan is somehow miraculously still intact at this time. 353, that must be Wild Bill Aldrin. He's got his Caravan still in one piece as well. Wild Bill not actually finding a lot of grip, and he is out-dragged by Darren Howard. It's just like the sand drags that you see on American TV. As they splodge through the mud. The Hulk, Mick Davis, he's still travelling. Well, I don't know about where thy Caravan will rest, but Mick's Caravan comes to rest on that turn and promptly disintegrates totally. The Hulk has seen better days for sure. Trevor Newland still makes progress in 122. By this time, of course, we haven't got any clue whatsoever who's leading the race. Jeff Priestley has decided to try his manoeuvrability, and my goodness gracious me, somebody else ends up right inside that Caravan. One, two, Newland. He left the kitchen unit in there. I hope he remembered to turn the water off. That was possibly 4 berth at one time, and now it might be more suitable for those of a very outdoor disposition. A few more bits of... There goes the kitchen unit. That's it. I hope he didn't leave the Elsan in there. 353, Wild Bill going a little bit sideways. I think the wheels have locked up on the Caravan, or it may be something to do with Dave Yarham, 456, who's pushing him down the straight. Yarham is not backing off. Wild Bill takes absolutely no notice whatsoever. Carries on with the foot hard down. He's got the Caravan sideways, but the car refuses to budge. Attacking from the rear on the Jeff Priestley car, it looks as though Priestley escaped from that one. Dave Yarham still working away as Rod the Rebel Lunnis goes through in number 8, the Jaguar. Carnage, look at that. World War III has just taken place on the 3rd turn at Ipswich. That looks like the sort of sight that the council always tries to move on when they move in your town. Rod Lunnis still going like a good one in number 8. It looks as though we're coming towards the end of this one. We've got the red flags out. My goodness, it's going to take somebody a long time to sort this little lot out. The winner we got at that late stage is 225 Graham Lashley. We'll try and confirm that in a minute. Meanwhile, the race comes through a premature end with a red flag and a totally blocked Ipswich track.